students, how are you? Hope everything is fine at your place. You people are watching the videos and learning your lessons. I am Pratima Singh, your SST teacher, and today I am here with a new chapter called Maps for Class 6th. In this chapter, we will study the importance of globes and maps. All of you might have seen a globe, isn't it? Yes. So just think and let me know what is a globe. Yes, you guessed it right. A globe is a model of Earth which shows the important features like continents, oceans, countries, etc. The shapes and size of the continents and oceans are very small on a globe. Larger globes show these features in some more detail, but they are difficult to handle. Nowadays, pocket globes are also available in the market, which can be inflated when required. Now, let me tell you something about maps. A map is a representation of the Earth's surface on a flat sheet of paper. As a map represents the curved surface of the Earth on a flat sheet of paper, some problem arises. That is, a round shape cannot be flattened completely. So when we try to show parts of the world on a flat sheet of paper, the size of the continents and oceans gets distorted. The maximum distortion is seen in the regions around the poles. There are three types of maps. They are physical map, political map, and thematic map. Physical map, a map which shows the natural features on the Earth's surface like mountains, plains, rivers, etc. is called a physical map. Second is political map, a map which shows the boundaries of countries and the state within the country, and the location of cities and towns is called a political map. Third is thematic map, a map which is based on a theme or topic is called a thematic map. For example, the map that shows different types of soils, or the forested areas, or the distribution of minerals and industries, etc. All these maps are known as thematic maps because they are based on different themes. The science of map making is called cartography. Ancient map makers have assumed many shapes of the earth. The Babylonians thought that earth is flat and disc-shaped, and they drew the map based on this criteria. Ptolemy, a geographer from Egypt, first represented earth as a sphere. Ptolemy is also considered as the father of cartography. He was also the first to mark the north line on the map. In ancient times, there were different materials used for making maps. The Babylonians used clay tablets, whereas the Egyptians used metal plates, and the Eskimos used animal skin to draw maps. These maps, which were drawn in the ancient period, were not accurate. But as people started traveling and discovering new lands, the quality of the maps also improved. Modern maps are either printed on paper or plastic or stored on computers. Modern maps are more accurate than the older ones. Images from satellites and aeroplanes are also used to make detailed maps with the help of computers. Now, let us discuss some features of a map. we require some tools to help us read maps. There is a scale, a vertical line called N at the top of the map, and some required symbols. These are the essential features of a map. So let us discuss the first one, that is scale. When you see maps of countries, continents and of the world, you notice that very large areas are shown on small sheet of papers. It is done by making a small distance on paper represent a large distance on the ground. The scale of a map is generally shown by a graduated straight line of a particular length. The scale is generally drawn at the top or the bottom of the map. Sometimes it is not drawn but given in words. For example, 1 centimeter is equals to 100 kilometer. This means that 1 centimeter on a map represents 100 kilometers on the ground. We use the scale of a map to find distance between 2 points on a map. The size of the map depends on the scale we choose. The second one is direction. When you look at the map, you might have noticed that there is a vertical line at the upper right or left corner, which has an arrow marked with a letter N. This line is called the north line, as it shows us the north direction. Once we come to know about the north direction, it is easier for us to find out the rest of the directions, that is east, west and south. Other than these 4 major directions, there are 4 intermediate directions. They are northeast, northwest, southeast and southwest. All these directions help us in locating a place with greater accuracy. Next is conventional symbols. The symbol used to represent various features on a map is called conventional symbol. These symbols not only make it easier for us to draw maps, but it also helps us in reading the maps. People all over the world use the same set of symbols to draw various features on a map. Apart from global map, we should also know about sketch and plan. So, what is a sketch? A sketch is a rough drawing of an area. For example, if suppose your friend wants to come to your house. Now and he doesn't know the area where you live. Now how will you tell him? You'll simply take a piece of paper and the place where your friend lives, you'll start from there. You'll draw different lines and show him the location where you live. Such a representation or a rough drawing is called a sketch, which helps your friend reach your home. Sketch is a drawing which is not drawn with the help of a scale, nor it shows all the important features of that area. So such a drawing which is not drawn with the help of a scale or it shows all the important features, that is called a sketch. Next is plan. A plan is a detailed drawing of a smaller area on a large scale. The best example you can find is the map or the sketch, or no, not, we cannot say it is sketch, the plan of your drawing room of your house. Maps, plans and sketches are alike in one respect. All of these are drawn to show various objects and features on the ground on a sheet of paper. But Each is drawn in a different manner to fulfill a specific purpose. Maps cover a large area, thus the scale used to draw a map is small. Maps cannot show many details of a place. Plans cover very small areas. The scale used to draw a plan is large as compared to the scale which is used to draw maps. Plans show the details of a smaller area. Thus, the basic difference between a map and a plan is that map covers a large area on a small scale, whereas a plan shows the details of a small area on a large scale. Sketch differs from both maps and plans because it is not drawn with the help of a scale. Sketch usually does not show the detail of an area, but it only shows the ones which are necessary. Sketches can be drawn more easily than plans and maps. Here we come to an end of this chapter. We shall meet again with another chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.